Morning. I got up really early and I didn't go to bed till really late. I'm gonna be exhausted by the time work hits tonight. But I got work, I'm getting extra hours. I actually can't wait to go to work. Believe it or not, like, you gotta love what you do. I say it all the time. If you don't like what you do, if there's no passion behind it, if it's not, if it's, because people always like, oh, well, you gotta make money, you gotta live. Yeah. But sometimes life is miserable enough and you can't just settle for things, you know? Like, from like really early on in working, like I can't even believe like how much I have accomplished, honest to God. But you know what, it's when you're genuine. People ask me all the time, how the fuck did you do everything you've done? Number one, my life was a shit show. I was all, even in my own family, that was not family to me. I made my own family. Like, I have accomplished so much in 37 years, but that's not for nothing. I've been genuine. I didn't turn into them. I've been through a lot of pain. Like, I never knew what friends, family, none of it was. Like, my life has been shit. And it's hard to even get into right now. But when you do everything genuinely and you don't turn into those people, and you work your ass off and you put in the work, that's how it happens. But you can't do nothing with intentions, and most people don't understand that. And I've always said I can't do something that I'm not passionate about. I started off, this might be a long video. Alright, so I started off volunteering in my own junior high school. Mind you, I was in special classes because I was an asshole and I was really fucked up in the head and I used to go after people. But a little side story about that. My mother's the one that put me away and called me crazy. But little did she failed to mention what the fuck she was doing at home. And it took me a long time to realize I wasn't the crazy one. Just saying. I'm not going to get into that too much because my nieces are on here. But, I really hope they don't experience the mother that I know. But she's real good at covering shit up, too. Like, everybody thought I was crazy. But it's funny because the true colors are starting to show now, too. But, yeah, when my nieces are a little older, and then, they've already been through the fucking mill. They have. And I don't want them to, know half of the shit that's happened because, number one, I don't know if they'd believe it because my mother really is a very good actress. But, all honesty, the way the family rolls, now they're the younger ones and they're the targets. And it fucking kills me because their lives are, I just hope and pray they don't get involved with the substances because that's all I need. But Selena, she's got a really good head on her shoulders. She's going through a lot though, so God only knows. Angelina, my little terror, that kid is going to wind up in jail, I'm pretty fucking sure. She's same events. She even looks like me. It's fucking scary. Oh, but we won't go there. But she's that poor kid. Don't even get me started. And they're acting out because they're angry. They're already traumatized. It's fucking. But this is a whole nother side story. Okay, so it's how I started out. Volunteering in the special school, special classes. I actually started off volunteering with autistic kids in my school. And I fell in love. And then I worked on and off in the mental health system. I was in the mental health system for a very long time. and they're like, this kid is so high functioning and she can work and everything. There's like, we can't really diagnose her with anything. They didn't even diagnose me with the one thing I actually fucking had. They tried to diagnose me with everything my entire life. They can't keep me in the system because I'm a little too smart and a little too high functioning. But I mean, I am on a couple medications. That's for sleep and anxiety. Not that it does much, but I worked on stage too with kids in group homes. We work all year round. We put on a show in May to a free show to support mental health. Those kids are fucking amazing. I was in the shows and then they asked me to work for them. That's how I actually got involved with Blue Man Group and Stomp for a while, because we worked with them. The only time I ever usually went to school was when it was English. Not that I needed it, because I'm a straight A student in all English literature, everything. I was reading 230-page books at 3 years old. There's something wrong with this kid. Yeah. You know what was wrong with me? I'm a fucking genius in English. And I wrote my first poem that got published when I was 10. It got published at 16. They threw me a computer. You need to write. I was working on 3 books in high school. And then, the words wouldn't come. Because I'm a perfectionist and sometimes there's no words for this shit. But I bet I was on stage, like, for a real long time, too. I've always been in the advanced music classes. And even the graduates from Berkeley were like my old voice teacher was a graduate. When I went back to do voice lessons again, the first thing the teacher did, halfway through the lesson, threw the money back at me. You don't need lessons, kid. You need a contract. And my life really is up on that stage. Like, I miss being up there. We've done single ladies. We've got people on the stage with us. We did Book of Days. Like, that's the song that saved my life. It's by Enya. It saves me every time. We barely even had instruments. Rain sticks work real well with that song. We turned the whole gym into like a graveyard and did Thriller. I mean, of course, we got fucked because the fog machines went on. But I mean, being up there and being selected for, even when you're really young, for like advanced classes like that. I mean, and then being up there and being alive. And I don't know if y'all have heard of Rebel Shakespeare. That's a really big company out here. I worked with them. I got the lead role every time. My high school hated me. But I mean, I've done so much with my life. I went to school for counseling. I'm real smart. Like, I was working in almost like a daycare for the lower functioning autistic, and they're like, it'll take about a month or so to get licensed in early childhood education. Dude, I was halfway through my last test in 4 days. And to get that license, I'm just saying. And the lady was looking for every reason to fire me because I was smarter than her. And she was the boss. You'd think they'd want good people? No. No, they don't like it when they're a little intimidated and you're smarter than them, just saying. But yeah, she wanted to let me go. And I'm like, are you alright with all the years of experience I've had? Like, I've done a lot. My life. And now I got a chance possibly to be back up on stage again and get... Like, I can't even tell you. I have like a 5-page resume. Most of it's in the mental health field and in the arts. I've ran creative writing groups. I'm licensed to run groups. It's just so much, I get blessed because I'm genuine, and I didn't turn to them. And I worked my ass off. That's how you do it. And you can't do something you don't love, So, toodles.